now I'm in Florida. How do I look? I look great, don't I? I've been traveling all day. Theater of the Word. We have a Theater of the Word show tomorrow in Naples with an audience who will probably kill us because it will be all these Naples Catholics. And we're going to be doing a show that's actually Catholic. At any rate, we'll see if we survive. You never know. You never know. I might as well screen share before I say any more and get into trouble. Well, the people demand a king. But the people refused to listen to Samuel. No, they said, we want a king over us. Then we will be like all other nations with a king to lead us and to go out before us and fight our battles. When Samuel heard all that the people said, he repeated it before the Lord. The Lord answered, listen to them and give them a king. They have not rejected you. They have rejected me. They want to be like everybody else. Tell them what to expect. Tell them what the king's going to do, as Samuel does. And hey, give them what they want. Sometimes the worst thing God can do for us is to give us what we want. We are in like there's only one scummy part of Naples, and that's where they put us. So, but I feel at home. I feel at home. It's not a gated community hotel. It's kind of a no-tell motel where they put us. I have been mindful of your unfailing love and have lived in reliance on your faithfulness, says David in the Psalms. Every now and then in the Psalms, there are little phrases like that strike me. For I have always, first of all, he invites the Lord to test him. I would never do that. Test me, Lord, and try me. Examine my heart and my mind, for I have always been mindful of your unfailing love and have lived in reliance on your faithfulness. For me, that's the hard part, because I'm always thinking that I have to do this on my own. I'm always scrambling to make sure everything goes according to plan, to stay in control, to keep entertaining, to keep the money flowing, to juggle all the balls at the same time. And every now and then it strikes me that I really don't trust God. I don't know if you feel that. So that when David in the Psalms says that, for I have always been mindful of your unfailing love and have lived in reliance on your faithfulness, he must really mean it. Now, we know later what David does. David was not perfect, especially with Bathsheba. But at this point, he is convinced. His conscience is clean. He's even willing to be tested. I think this comes from David's suffering. We'll go over that as we get into 1st and 2nd Samuel. David is the most Christ-like figure in the Old Testament. But for anyone to be able to say that, St. Paul says, I do not judge myself. I don't know of anything against me, but I don't judge myself. Well, to be this sure of yourself, with the reason that you have always been mindful of God's unfailing love and lived in reliance on his faithfulness. Lived in reliance on his faithfulness. Trusted him the way you would trust your mother or your father when you were a kid, the way I trust my wife, Karen. Trust completely in God, your maker. How many of us can do that? I think if we could be brave. We could have fortitude. We wouldn't have to think that we were the ones bearing the burden, the ones upon whom everything depended. So maybe I should say, well, we'll see what happens tomorrow. If God is with me, I still might get killed by the audience. We're doing Adam and Eve Go to Marriage Counseling, which teaches, it's a story about Adam and Eve who have been married. They go to his counselor. They've been married for thousands of years. Things aren't working out. They go to a counselor. I play the counselor. It's a very interesting show. It's very funny, but it is true to Catholic teaching on marriage. In Naples, Florida, we're probably going to be lynched. But hey, what a way to go. Okay, we'll see what happens. I may be an actor martyr by the time it's over with. Oh well, I will rely on God's um, faithfulness, his unfailing love. At least I'll try.